Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do Batman issue 486 by DC Comics. I didn't want to do this video today because, well, I made a couple of videos already. Check out my channel and check out my videos that I did earlier and etc. But then I read a comic, this one, and I thought to myself, you know what? I need to do a video because I've read this one first and then this one. Now, I'm not going to talk about this one, but I'm going to show you something at the end of the video that's really important for me and probably for you too. So let's review this first, and then we're going to talk. So it's by Doug, let's start again. It's written by Doug Moench, and the artist by Jim Aparo, one of my favorite Batman artists. Fantastic stuff. So this is basically more a filler, but it's a good one. So Batman is hunting or tracking down Black Mask, and it seems that he had a fight with it, and he's been thrown into a river, supposed to be drowning, but it was not the real Black Mask. And Batman is tired, and he is very, very tired. He needs sleep, he needs food, he is hurt, but he beats himself up. He says, "I'm failed." And my head is still ringing with it. So he talks about himself that he needs to go on and get tracking down Black Mask and bring him to justice. And that's basically also the small plot in this comic, that he needs to hunting him. So he has a broken nose, and he talks about search the whole night and no sign of him anywhere. Not a word from the shadows, not a glimmer from the darkness. My nose won't stop bleeding. Almost done. Time to shift tactics. And to hell with the blood. Well, that's cool. So then we hear at, what's this? Feeney's, some kind of a bar. And there's some guy coming in. And they're laughing at him. And they insult him. And it's this guy. It's Metalhead. Well, that's how he calls himself. Comedians, he says. I hate comedians. And he attacks him. And he hurts him real good. And he started to bleed. I mean, as you can see here. Well, first of all, he hits his beer. And then, hey, what do you think you're doing? And then he is using a headbutt and rips, as you can see here. And his stomach is all open. I think, whoa, that's cool. Horribly bad. I'm bleeding. He stuck me like a pig. And I also love the fact that he's bleeding all over his face, but he doesn't care. I'm looking for someone. I'm looking for Black Mask. So these guys they say, hey, okay, man, calm down. We're going to tell you everything. But he says, Black Mask, but he's dead. The Batman threw him into the river or something like 6 hours ago, just down the docks. And the other one says, Mike, did you hear the radio later? Said it wasn't Black Mask. They fished out of the water. If he isn't dead, when do I find him? I don't know. Maybe go try to Sharky's pool hall. He's still bleeding. And he says, I'll do that after I get some sleep. Well, then the sun comes up, and we switch to Batman in his Batcave and his Batcomputer, and Alfred comes, worried about a little bit of a mental state of Bruce, and he says, no time, take it away, that tray, Alfred. I'm not hungry. Alfred is a little bit annoyed. He says, well, sir, I can understand self-imposed starvation and sleep deprivation. But if your nose is broken, it can be rebroken and set later. Now just let me work. Such a badass. Okay, so he is doing some bad research stuff. And then skipping a few pages. So he's getting a call. Maybe something about, that people are in danger. Not entirely sure how it works, but some kind of an alarm. And then he goes into his, bat car. I love putting bat in front of everything. It reminds me so much of all the older TV stuff. So he gets the hell out of here, and Metalhead, or whatever his name is going to Sharky's, and people are making fun of him again, talking about He looks like a porcupine, or he's a kinky cutie. More comedians. I still hate comedians. And he uses his whip again. And then Tim comes, and he has a talk with Alfred, and he is really concerned about what's going through with what Batman is going through right now. And he talks about the mental state and his sleep deprivation. And Tim is also worried. But Alfred also says that that is what he does. Batman is someone who finds stuff to do. And with that, he means, some people go to the gym, go and somebody worked out. But Batman is someone he keeps going and going and going. That drives him. And that's also a little bit the focus of this particular story, the drive. Batman goes on and on and on no matter what. And so Batman comes to Sharky's and everybody is, bleeding. So Metalhead beat these guys up pretty bad. And they say, I told him nothing. He just hit me and slashed me. So many spikes. Nothing. Another guy said he heard about the mask gang meeting at some crypt and cemetery. And Batman uses his bat brain and his bat detective skills. One of the other obvious places, the Sionis family crypt. Already checked last time. Well, Sionis is Black Mask. But why not? Nowhere else to go. And so he's also calling the ambulance and the police to go to Sharky's because there were 6 people bleeding out. And so switching a little bit forth between, Batman and Alfred and Tim. And they still talk about, like I said, he confirms it because it's because it's what he does, Master Tim, and it may well be known that he knows how to do nothing else. Yeah, it's the drive, maybe his obsession of fighting crime. Paying for the death of his father and his mother when he was a child. The whole revenge thing, punishing criminals, bringing them to justice. That is what Batman is. And so later Batman comes and is still bleeding. These little tiny continuity things are like that. But Batman confirms it itself. It's an obsession and I can't let it go. Exhausted, maybe getting sick, making rest critical, but I can't stop. I've gone beyond fatigue, speeding through a slow motion blur of crystal clarity. Sleep is an unnecessary crutch. The writing is sharp, man. And he says, I need to move, not stop. Got to beat the weakness, not surrender to it. That's an important thing. Coming back to that a little bit later. And it's working. I feel stronger now, sharper, faster, more alert, Batman says. But then he gets attacked by Metalhead. And then some desecration here. You're looking for Black Mask. At least you're not a comedian. I'm looking for him too, says Batman, to bring him down. What do you want him for? I got a mask, don't I? I want to join him, and since you want him down, since you almost killed him, I hear, that puts us at odds, doesn't it? Metal taste. Appropriate. That it does. And they have in a fight, and looks great. Like I said, Jim Aparo, a lot of kinetic action, a lot of nice wide shots, so you can see everything. So Batman ducks, and he gets this part of the casket, and he defends himself, but also jumps towards Metalhead. I'm suddenly blanking. And the narrative also says, I've stalked one madness only to find another. But if I can't find and eliminate the source of the evil, at least I can prevent it from growing. If I can heal, is that how he said? If I can't nail Black Mask himself, I can deny him another follower. And then we also see, and this is what I like, the agility of Batman that we don't see in modern comics anymore. I love that. This blur. And so they're having a great fight, and he Also cuts off one of his ears. You need more spikes, Metalhead. He also taunts him, like it. But Metalhead is not a slouch. He's not a weak character or something. It's not that Batman can easily beat him. Maybe normally if he is in more fitter and better shape, yes, but not in his current state. So he's fighting them and he's getting ripped open. Metalhead plunges forward. He dodges and then he crashes into one of these angel statues and the head falls off. So I thought, well, maybe Batman will pick up the head and beats him. Well, no, that's not what he does. So he is dazed and he knows that he needs to act quickly. He says, risky or not, got to try another headshot. You've got nothing. You're finished. No, I'm not slowing down, not losing. To concede, that is to believe it, and to believe is to give up. I will not give up. Too many spikes. So he beats him, cracks his spikes. Then Tim and Alfred is coming later, maybe just in time. While he is beating the hell out of Metalhead, we see him, he's almost unconscious. So in the end, he says, I will not fail. And he beats him. And he says, Batman, are you all right? And then, who's he under the mask? Look in a mirror, a dark mirror. Not sure what he means with that, but say what? And he said, doesn't matter who he is. Police can sort it out. When they book him for the assault at the pool hall, that mess at Sharky's, he did that, says Tim. Yeah, it's Tim Drake. Batman says, all that matters, he's down, but he's not Black Mass. So I still failed. And we see him, bending over, exhausting, bleeding. It's a great shot. Good Lord, Toby, we must get him home. Alfred's right. You need some serious rehab, friend, and you didn't fail. Maybe Black Mask isn't down, but you stopped him. And when he makes his next move, then we'll nail him, right? And then Batman says, maybe you're right. Of course I'm right. Now, once I've trussed up your playmate here, think you can make it back to the cave? The cave? Yes. The only place I can make it. And to hell with the blood. Oh man, this is such a cool written comic. And this is just a filler comic. This is not a main ongoing story with this particular villain. No, this is a nice in-between storyline with very sharp writing. Now, coming back to this piece of trash. Now, why am I holding this here? Well, this is a book from 2018. It's a metal Dark Knight's Metal tie-in. And this is from 1992. So why is this important? Well, this is some kind of a fictitious story when Batman was older and but it's all a trick because of Barbatos is taunting him through the ages and we go through time. And he says, I'm showing all the ads. So he goes back and forth to the beginning. And then later on, when they summon Barbatos and wants to have sacrifice something to stop Barbatos. So Barbatos reveals himself, and this is a cool shot, by the way. And so in the end, Barbatos is showing himself, and he is showing him these ads, man. He talks to Bruce that he is, Bruce is going to be the vessel and that without Barbatos, he is not the hero that he is now. And so he taunts him. He says, the Bat Bruce, I am the Bat. And, Bruce is jumping out of the window and then we have a very cool looking splash. And the art is fantastic, don't get me wrong. But Barbatos, says that he come out of universe and that he also corrupted every other Bruce Wayne and that he is the one or something. And he needs to, surrender himself. I do not all the details about this whole tie-in. But then he says, they are real, Bruce. They are the real you, Bruce. I picked the ones I needed, the darkest ones, and I brought them through the window. Look at them. Just like I came through for you years ago. They are you, and they have won. And Batman says, stop. No, look at me, please. I don't want to see. look at me, look at me. And then he says this, no, please, I don't want to know anymore. I don't want to know. I give up. What? Batman never gives up. Batman never would say that. Batman never gives up. Because this comic proves that. Never surrender, never give in, always go through your, just go on. And that's what Batman did. He was weakened. He's losing a lot of blood. He was he starved himself. He has sleep deprivation, and he still won. But whoever this particular person is, this is not Bruce Wayne. This is not the Batman. This is not the person that beat the Joker, beat all the villains like Mr. Freeze, the Scarecrow, and the Mad Hatter, and Killer Croc. No. This is just an angsty little boy, that's getting intimidated by the big bad Barbatos that he's even touch him. This is what's wrong with modern writing. And I was surprised that Scott Snyder was involved. James Tyrion, I don't know who that is. Joshua Williams, I do not know who that is as either. But Scott Snyder? Nah, this I don't know, man. This is trash. I mean, how could you turn Bruce into this whiny piece of weak male shit? I don't get it, man. This is why I stopped modern comics, because these writers, they do not know how to make a good comic. They don't know they don't know the source material. But Doug Moench does. He knows what makes Batman, what makes the Batman, what drives the Batman. This is trash. And that is why I always go back to these comics, because nobody wants to see a whiny Bruce Wayne. We want to see Batman kicking ass no matter the odds. We don't want to see him crying and saying, oh, stop, please. No, we want to say, I'm going to go, no matter how worse the situation is, and I'm going to beat the odds. That's what makes him a hero. Not this shit. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you liked the video. Give me a like, subscribe to my channel and all that jazz. I see you next time. Bye-bye.